Hi Sue, good to see you. Shana Tova. Shana Tova. Imetuka. Hi Lynn. Michaela. Hi, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Guten Abend. Hey, yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you're already here. It's my first YouTube live, cooking session. The previous one I did was on Zoom, and I realized that for cooking is way more fun to do it on YouTube. And then there's live. If it's not a complete failure, if it's not a cooking disaster, I'll make it available for everyone to watch, like on my YouTube channel. Hi dear. Hi Mimi. Hi. Hello. How is the connection? How is the video? How is the sound? I'm not using the microphones because I'll be cooking with my family. And Barbara, hi. Yes, the ingredients are just down below in the comments, as well as the links to my website, to my PayPal, my Buy Me a Coffee. All of this is there under the video. Hi Adrian, Renee, good to see you. Cindy, hi. I'm so happy to see all of you here. Thank you so much for joining. Shoshana, wow. So Shana Tova Umetuka, to whom it may concern. For those who are not celebrating the new year now, well, I'm sorry that you don't have 2 New Years a year. I feel like how much, well, my life is enriched with this 2 New Years. Those are very different New Years, but still. So wishing everyone a great weekend and, well, just join in the fun. Yes, exactly. Shana Tova to those who celebrate. I'm not Jewish. Hi Karen, Shana Tova. I'm not Jewish. My husband is. We're not religious family, but we are always appreciative of all religions, of all cultures, of the traditions, and we're in Israel. And well, we just cannot stay completely aside and not notice these things. Plus, I'm now learning for my license, for my guiding license, and of course, religion and culture, customs, traditions is a huge part of my studies. And well, I just could not but share a bit of Rosh Hashanah with my audience. And even if you're not Jewish, well, there is still just a lot of fun, and it's a very nice and very simple recipe that we're going to bake today, the Lekach. It's something, very similar to Lebkuchen or gingerbread. If you've never cooked it, so it probably is a bit easier when you find some, similar dishes in other cultures. And many cultures actually share very similar recipes. Just throughout centuries. That's just how it goes. So I would say there is something very similar to Lebkuchen, right? In Germany, or gingerbread cookies in the Western world. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, the food is great, absolutely. Yes, I like Jewish cuisine. I should tell you that I've always liked, Ashkenazi dishes, So the Jewish diaspora is huge and diverse, and the dishes, the culture, the traditions, even the way Jews would dress, they very much depend. They have always depended on the area where they lived, and of course, cuisine is very dependent on the area as well. Okay, so let me introduce my company for today. Okay. Hi. This is my company for today. I'm sure you know these guys. This is Misha, my husband, and this is Grisha. Grisha's been on 3 days vacation from school and has been enjoying it immensely and also getting a bit bored at home. So Misha is going to be my cameraman today. Grisha is going to assist me a bit as well, depending on how bored he gets. And after we actually prepare the dough and knead the dough and put it in the oven, we'll have some time before it bakes. You need to bake it. It's going to take us about 20-25 minutes. But I know the first thing I should do is turn on the oven. We need to have it preheated. Okay? So let's do that. Okay.
Quiet.
Okay. So this is very important. First and foremost, you need to turn the oven on, right? Misha, do you know where to find the comments on YouTube? This is the first YouTube live stream for Misha this way. Let me show you a few things over there. So
Better now.
Better now. Okay, what's the problem? The connection, the sound?
No problem.
No problem. Let's see. Гриша, твои волосы всем понравились, твоя прическа. Okay, okay. So, Misha, you just need to press here if you want to see the comments because they would disappear with time, you know. Okay, so please come closer. So what we're cooking is a lekach, sort of honey cake. It comes in different variations, you know, in dozens that I've seen dozens of recipes with lots of, you know, twists. Today I'm going to be using a little bit of it's going to be a classical recipe, the most plain one, the simplest one can find. But I'll put a little bit of, add a little bit of a twist in there.
What is the temperature of the oven?
Of the oven, well now just to preheat, so it's 180 degrees. You can make it even higher, but the average temperature, like in all the recipes, and as far as I remembered, I cooked it once. I'll share the story with you. It was 180 degrees, and it should be enough, you know, for the oven to get heated. Questions and comments? No? Okay, so just a moment. Ingredients. Come closer. So what we have. This is everything we're going to need. The ingredients, the complete set of ingredients, the list of ingredients is in the comments section. So we're gonna need just the basic flour from 2 to 3 cups. I'll need 3 cups. You need sugar from like half a cup or the 1 cup of sugar, just sugar. Of course, honey. The main ingredient is honey because it's a honey cake. We will talk about Rosh Hashanah, about the traditions and attributes of the holiday when the lekach will be in the oven, so we'll have time for it. We're gonna need some spices. We're gonna need clove. Well, of course, it's just a powder, and cinnamon, of course. Some butter. Eggs, we're gonna need only the yolks, we don't need the white. And we need some butter. And this is for the twist, so the lemon is for the twist. It's not an original recipe, but it goes really well with it. One important thing about, well, since Jewish cuisine, there's always this, issue with being kosher, being parvo, being halavi. Halav means milk, so if it's halavi, it means it contains milk, it contains dairy products, and this one is going to contain dairy products. The thing is, if you have something dairy, then you can mix it with the food, with meat. And then you need to wait for, after a dairy meal, you need to wait for 1 hour before you can consume some meat products. If you first consume some meat products, you need to wait after 6 hours at least before you could use a dairy product, you could eat some dairy product. So, and if you're just keeping kosher, you can always find the parve butter, so the dairy-free butter, and it's gonna be fine. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna need is a pot that we're going to use to heat the honey on. The lekach is a Yiddish word, of course. The Yiddish is the language of the Jewish diaspora in Eastern Europe and Germany. So in the recipe it goes between 5 to 7 tablespoons. I'm going to use 7. Считай. Это третья.
You are too far from microphone. It's very hard to hear you.
Okay, how about now? 4. Is it 4?
Yes.
5. Okay.
6.
6. Thank you.
Still
And
too far.
still too far.
Better.
Okay. This is interesting. Last time it was okay. I'm not using microphone so you could also hear everyone around. But if something happens with the sound again, let me know and I'll put the microphone on.
Fine now.
Okay, very well. So now we need to heat the dvash, the honey. Dvash is the word in Hebrew for honey. As I said, lekach is the Yiddish word, and of course there is a word in Hebrew for the same cake. It's basically we call it ugat dvash, the honey cake. So I'm going to make the spoon for it. So the thing is, you don't need to bring honey to boil. I'm not sure if honey can boil, but you need to heat it. You need to heat it so all the ingredients are mixed together. I don't know. I don't know this word, which I'm sorry. I don't know. So you need to heat it. You need to see that it gets a little bit less sticky. You don't need to bring it to boil. And of course, the sad part about it is that, well, all the important qualities of honey, they get destroyed once you heat it. So that's probably the very, very sad thing about it. Okay, wait a second.
Dissolve the sugars.
Sorry?
Dissolve the sugars.
We dissolve the sugars, that's right. Yeah, let's use it. We dissolve the sugars. Okay. Now, we need to add 3 egg yolks. Only the yolks. One. How's the sound now? I hope it's better now. Okay, it's 2. And 1 more. So Grisha said
The
this.
white to make a pavlova.
Sorry?
Use the white to make pavlova.
To make pavlova. Oh, pavlova is a very difficult, dessert to make. Almost impossible. I actually tried it once and it was a complete failure. It was a disaster. I'm a horrible chef. Just a horrible one.
Not a very easy.
Yeah, not very easy for sure. So, the yolks are here. So, with this dissolved sugars, thank you so much. This is way easier to blend all the ingredients in. Okay.
Ossi dessert. Pavlova is wonderful for Pesach.
Pavlova is very good for every day,
Used
for
for facial. My mother made wonderful pavlova. Pavlova is delight.
Yes, Grisha. Wow.
It's making some gymnastics.
It's very hard to keep concentration for the 1 hour, so Grisha is doing fine. Okay, so another ingredient is sugar. If you use more honey, then, you can use less sugar. So in the recipe it goes a glass or half a glass. So I'll go half a cup. I'll go with this. You don't need really a lot of it, so I'll go like half a cup. And just pour the sugar in. That's the sugar. Sugar. You want to mix it? You want to stir? Yeah. This is hot, okay? The hum. Yeah, very well. Yeah, that's right. Very good. Thank you. Oh no. some honey. Grisha, have some honey. Yeah, very good. Now, we're gonna need, take the spoon. Take the spoon. No, the spoon, ложку возьми. Okay, now the clove and cinnamon. So very simple ingredients. You're gonna need just a little bit of it. Okay, we'll see. Hey, Clove, are you coming? Okay. So, just a pinch. Just a pinch. You want to add some? Please do. Very well. And another one. Just this. This is enough. Yeah, Krishna, you can have some honey. Yeah, sure. Have some honey. Very well. Yeah, enjoy. Now, we're going to need a lot of cinnamon. Well, at least half a teaspoon, maybe even more. It smells really great. Okay, come here. So here in Israel, you can find honey in any package, in any sizes. And Grisha has his own personal honey. We also have the small, jars of honey. Okay, there you go. I know that some of you have actually had Lekach for this Rosh Hashanah. Okay, please let me know if you've had your Lekach this holiday. And now we're going to need a bit of butter. Well, in the recipes, like it goes 2 tablespoons of butter. I always try to put a little bit more. It should be, like a room temperature for it to melt properly. And with this still very warm honey, it's totally fine. Can you please mix it? Can you stir it, Krishna? Please do.
I have had honey cake 3 times so far, and the restaurant.
You want to see the comments?
The butler is very wild, interesting. The butter is very wild. A butter is very white, interesting.
Well, you can find butter white, you can find butter yellow. I don't know the differences, but my mom says that it's good. That butter can be from white to yellow. Or maybe the light this is not the best lights you can find, unfortunately. So I wish we had, the big studio with proper lights. But we're not the cooking show.
Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe.
It's fine first year that I have ever made honey cake. It was delish.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. So
The light is excellent.
yeah, this is actually a very good butter. One of my favorites. Okay, so now time for flour. Just a wheat flour, multi-purpose flour. So I would go with 3 cups. Actually, I need a little bit more. And you need to sieve it. You need to sieve it. So I'm going to do it just in a very simple way. Everything is going to be in frosting. Yeah, Grisha, you can help me with that. Yeah, have fun. Давай, развлекайся. Развлекайся. And I'm gonna help you
Are you
also.
like a little puck?
Продолжай. Go on. Go on. Go on. Okay, подожди. Hold on. Wait. Okay, we'll go this way. This is quicker. This is much quicker. So the problem with the lekach, when you add a lot of honey, you can actually make it very, very thick and not very airy. So that's the problem. So your flour needs to be very, very well sieved. Okay, and I think we're gonna need a little bit more, like that. Thank you, Grisha. I think this is just enough. Okay, I need to put it away. Put it aside. So, that's it. Now we need to knead the dough. So we need to knead the dough. My hands are washed. I just washed them. That's it. Can you please come closer, Misha? So now I'm going to share with you the story of how actually I once made lekach myself back in the student days. So most of you know that I'm not Jewish, and I grew up in an absolutely secular family. However, well, like, I was even baptized in childhood, but, well, my family never had anything to do with religion, because it was also, you know, I was born in the Soviet times, in the very end of the Soviet times. But my family, my parents were raised in the times without religion. We're gonna need.
This is a dvash.
Yeah, it's dvash, exactly. I need more flour. So we're gonna add more. Hold on a second. Yeah, Grisha, this is honey. Yeah, well, you can taste it if you want. Okay, yeah, put it back. Very well. So I didn't know much back in the days in school. I didn't know much, you know, about religions in general. I didn't even know much about, you know, Christianity, even though, as I said, I had been baptized. Very well. But when I was a student, you know, I studied at a foreign languages department, and we had our like anthropology classes, like cultural anthropology, and we had like extra classes we could attend. Okay, this is getting really nice, really soft. I like it. And there was optional classes we could choose. We could choose like different. We could choose German culture, you know, like English culture, American holidays, and things like that. And I don't know why, but once I saw Jewish culture classes on the list and the schedule, I opted for them. I don't know why. So I did. I don't even think I actually had any Jewish friends. I don't think so. So I enrolled for this Jewish class. And we started, you know, for 1 year, we started the Judaism, you know, just some basic things. We started, well, the holidays, traditions. And for celebrations, we would always, you know, throw a small party, you know. Thank you for the soundtrack, Grisha. Thank you so much. Okay, this is looking good. So for those of you who have made Lekach, tell me. I think it looks really nice. And normally for every holiday, you know, a group of students would volunteer to cook something. And you know what? I actually remembered only a few weeks ago that I did cook lekach back in the student times.
Your soul would knew that you will have to use it for the Judaism.
Yeah, put it back. Thank you so much, Grisha. Thank you. Grisha is cleaning up a little bit. Well, you know, I had no idea. Well, I don't know why. This is just right now, as I'm studying, you know, things about Israel, things about Judaism, there is so much actually coming up. I need to wash my hands. Okay. I love this mess. No, I hate this mess, but this is fine. So, here is one thing. I decided not to add lemon, but just in case, lemon zest. Lemon zest. Lemon zest would be a good idea. Grisha likes lemons very much. In the previous tour, I think he ate half of a lemon and actually felt fine afterwards. You want a lemon? Just like that? Oh, you want the lemon zest? Can you peel some lemon here? Yeah, please be careful. Yeah, be careful. Very well. Thank you, Grisha. Thank you so much. Okay, give me some lemon zest. So I was thinking I would go with the classic recipe, but yeah, we can add some lemon zest. Some more, we need some more. Please let me know if any of you are adding nuts or raisins. Well, back in the days when I cooked lekach for the first time, I actually decided not to add, I did not add anything. I went with the classical recipe. But now I'm thinking that maybe it's actually a good idea to add some. So you need the dough a little bit more. Okay. No, this is okay. I think we've just had enough of this. Okay.
No nuts on Rosh Hashanah.
No nuts on Rosh Hashanah. How about raisins? Where is the butter? Now I've lost the butter. Where are you? Butter. Oh, it's here. Okay, so now we need the baking dish. Or you can use any baking dish or just a tray. I'm using a tray. Actually, I don't have any baking dishes.
It's a sin.
It's a sin. I didn't know that. I've seen so many recipes with nuts, but this could be, the
The
modern day
honey
variations.
cake I bought this year had raisins. I prefer it without them.
Yeah, I also don't like raisins very much. In some dishes I like raisins, but not in lekach.
I like raisins everywhere.
Misha, you like raisins?
Yes, I like raisins everywhere.
Okay, so I think the dough is really nice and supple, and it's like of a nice color. Can you bring it here to the light? Yeah. Does it look good?
Then the value of Hebrew for nuts is the same as numeral value of, I didn't have time to read it out loud. Didn't have time to read it out loud.
Could you please put that? It's interesting because I actually have seen many recipes with nuts, but I never really cooked it. Could you roll it out, please?
The numerical value of the Hebrew for nuts is the same as the numerical value for the word sin.
I see. Okay.
This is why we don't have them. I love raisins too. Oatmeal raisin cookie are yummy. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Grisha. Come here. Come here, Grisha. Did you see that? Come here. Okay. Keep rolling it out. Keep rolling it out. Yeah. Keep rolling it out. No, don't do it. What is that, Grisha? Okay, let's do it the other way. Other way around. It's fine. Grisha, wait. We can do it like this. The thing is with this dough that you cannot, you just don't really roll it out on any surface. You better really use the parchment paper to roll it out. That's okay. You don't need them now. It's okay, Grisha. You can leave a design. Let me roll it out first, and then you will have a design you want. Okay? Let me roll it out evenly, like that. So when I made that lekach for the fellow students, okay. So Grisha wants to add some design. You can make a smiley face. What is your smiley? Okay, do that. Like this? This is it? Okay. This is the smile. This is the...
Any food words are similar to good things. The good words for wealth and health.
The good wealth and health. Okay, very well. So this is it. Very simple.
Are eaten for hallelujah.
Yeah, so of course, in the perfect world, in the perfect cooking show, you would have made it perfectly rectangular. But when it's done, can you film it? Sit. You can sit. Yeah, very well. Looks good. So the oven is hot enough. Very well. Very well. Okay, so before we talk more about Rosh Hashanah, and I know most of you know better than I do what Rosh Hashanah is, and I'm not going to go into details, and I'm not going to go into the, let's say, religious aspects of it, like very deep. But before we do that, we want some mood, and I want Misha to play a song for us. Okay. So Misha actually prepared a couple of songs.
בראש השנה, בראש השנה, פרחה שושנה אצלי בפינה. בראש השנה, יצירה לבנה, הפליגה לים פתאום. בראש השנה, בראש השנה, ליבנו ענה בפלילה נשנה, שיפה ושונה תיבלך שנה, אשר מתחילה היום. בראש השנה, בראש השנה, פרחה עננה בחקייה הסתיו. בראש השנה, כנר נשמה, נדלק בשדה חצה. בראש השנה, בראש השנה, ליבנו ענה בתפילה נשנה, שיפה ושנה תהיה השנה, אשר מתחילה עכשיו. בראש השנה, בראש השנה, פרחה מנגינה שיבוא איתי. בתוך יממה, הזמר חמה, מכל חלונות העיר. בראש השנה, בראש השנה, הבאנו ענה בתפילה נושנה, שיפה ושונה תהיה השנה, אשר מתחילה בשנה.
Oh, thank you, Misha. Thank you so much. So, oh, wait. Нет, подожди, пожалуйста. Could you please take this? Yay! Yeah, thank you, Grisha, for the dance. Thank you so much. Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank everyone for joining this tour and cooking session. It's not even a cooking class. I don't know what this is. A very, I would say, impromptu. And while the lekach is baking, it's normally from 20 to 30 minutes. I just wanted to share with you some stories. For those of you who didn't watch the tour last year about Rosh Hashanah that I did with Rav Lieberman, Chief Rabbi Chabad Ashkelon, the recording is available for sponsors. I didn't have his permission. I didn't ask for his permission to share this like in open access with everyone. But we had a very good tour last year with a lot of details about Rosh Hashanah, about the history of the holiday, about the traditions. What I have learned throughout this year, observing the world, observing the Jews around me, different Jewish communities of very religious and very secular Jews. What I have observed throughout this year is that Rosh Hashanah is, it's very different from the New Year as I used to understand it in the Western tradition. It's not the holiday like for parties. It's nothing like that. So it's not similar. You don't look for any parallels here. This is a very important holiday. It's about the contemplation. It's about introspective thinking about what you have done this year, what you have gained this year, any goods and any good and bad deeds that you have done, and you're looking at the past year and making you're making conclusions. You just learn something, and this is the time you ask for forgiveness as well. In Judaism, before Rosh Hashanah, there is this time for slichot. Slicha, right? So slicha, means forgiveness, right? The sorries. And there is a collection of prayers and poems that would be recited during the evenings and nights throughout this period before Rosh Hashanah and before Yom Kippur. That is to happen just next weekend, on the 25th and 26th of September. So right now, by the way, we've studied the next month, the new month of the Jewish year, the first month of the new year, month Tishrei. That questions, comments? Okay, let me check. Lekach. Let's check it. Come on.
Forgiveness is on Yom Kippur.
Yes, I mean the slichot. What is the slichot, right? So you're asking for forgiveness. You're saying sorries, and then on Yom Kippur, of course. So on the Yom Kippur, this Judgment Day, yes, this is exactly when you actually, and everything will be about the judgment and forgiveness, of course. So, but these holidays, actually, in Tishrei, we have the series of holidays. They start with Rosh Hashanah, then it's Yom Kippur, very special holiday. Again, it's not about festivities, it's not about that. And then we're going to have a Sukkot. Last year, we even had a chance to celebrate Sukkot in the family. The recordings of those videos are available for sponsors. I don't have the permission to share it in open access on YouTube, but I really wanted to share with you what I have learned. And we are going to have talks about the Sukkot. I hope we're going to have talks about Yom Kippur. But so this month of Tishrei is the month of renewal. It's you starting from the fresh start again, and hopefully you take all the best and all the good to the next year.
And then Simchat Torah.
Of course, in the end of Sukkot you have Simchat Torah, of course, and this is the happy holiday, the most festive holiday. So this is when finally the party begins. And I see it in people. So many of my religious friends, they're very quiet, you know. Before the Rosh Hashanah, many of them will be really quiet. Yeah, I'm like Grisha. And it was for sure a very special month for them. You know, in Ashkenazi and Sephardi traditions, slichot, the approach to slichot, the number of prayers, the collection of prayers and poems you would need to recite and is different. I still haven't figured out the major differences, but I know they exist. So why honey? Why pomegranates and apples? Well, first of all, these are exactly the good that will have grown by the time of, well, let's say September. You know, I'm sure most of you know that the Jewish calendar is different from what we are used to in the Western world, and this is based on the lunar circle. It's a lunar calendar, so that's why, you know, the holidays they shift throughout the year. Okay, very well. And but normally by this time of the year you have it all grown. So the pomegranates, the apples, all of this is ripe. You have the fresh honey, and there are like 7 species. Can you smell it, Misha? I think, Misha, can you smell it? Just for example, that. Not from the lemon, from the Lekach. Oh, I start smelling it. Very good, very good. Okay, and you want to have a, you can take the lemon. You can take it. And so what was I talking about? Yes, and there are like 7 species that are symbolic. Maybe you can come here, okay? And so they are the white, the barley, dates, pomegranates, grapes. I must have forgotten something. What is the seven? There are 7 of them. Wheat, barley, pomegranates, grapes,
Ayva.
dates. No. There's something else. Honey. I can't remember the 7th one. Okay, I need the help. So the 7 species, they are the fundamental species. They're mentioned in Torah, like the most sacred and the most important foods in Judaism.
Olives.
Olives, of course, olives. That's right. Thank you. We should just had a huge chunk of chocolates.
It's also chocolate.
Too much sugar, so he already had a couple of spoons of honey. He also had a little bit of sugar, then a chocolate, and then he's gonna have lekach. That's going to be a very busy Sunday evening for Grisha. Okay, we have one more song about Rosh Hashanah. Nisha? So Misha is singing in Hebrew. He doesn't, well, we learn Hebrew. We've been learning Hebrew for this year and a half. But, you know, singing songs is not the easiest thing to do, you know, in the foreign language. Wow, there is so much applause here. Everybody's really liking the song. So it looks like many of you actually know this song. Is it like the classics, the old timers? I don't know, like I never heard this song. Actually, I've never heard both of those songs. Why have you chosen these ones?
They were the first on the list that I liked. There is a playlist on one of the music services. It was like Rosh Hashanah all-time favorites or all favorites. That I listened to a couple of them, I liked them, and I learned them. That's it. End of story.
Yeah, so exactly. This really sounds like a bonfire song.
But Anna asked me to tell you where the traditional, not traditional for our family.
Yeah, because I'm not Jewish, but Misha clearly is.
But the thing is, all the majority of the Jewish tradition ceased to be about 100 years ago, when my ancestors turned out to be communists. and they ended up with the majority of the Jewish traditions.
Why?
Why? Because first of all, it wasn't well seen in 1910s, 1920s, because people say we're not Jewish, we're not Russians, we're internationalists.
So it was not about anti-Semitism in the early Soviet times.
No, but then we know that there was huge anti-Semitism after the Second World War, when Stalin started kind of a Soviet Holocaust. When he ordered to exterminate the members of the anti-Nazi Soviet committee that helped Soviet Union and the allies to raise money for their missiles. And in 1940s, but in the 1948, they became very popular and very famous. And those people who were allied to those anti-Nazi Jewish committee, they were sentenced to death as enemies of the state. And for example, my grandmother, Hannah, she knew one of the members of that committee, Pfeffer, and she stopped speaking Hebrew. She stopped mentioning Jewish ancestry. She spoke with a huge, with a tough Yiddish accent, Russian, but she didn't mention it. She didn't speak Yiddish in public. It was her mother tongue. And the things like that, the Jewish didn't have an opportunity to sing Jewish songs. After 1971, my mother was a folk singer. She sang folk songs in English, Spanish, and different languages, including Yiddish. And since 1971, it was kind of badly seen because people got an opportunity to make a aliyah to Israel, and it wasn't allowed to sing in Yiddish in public. So my ma there wasn't allowed to sing in public songs in Yiddish like Tumbala Laika or Chiribim Chiribom. And after that, they said they didn't want to have anything to do. My Hebrew name, Hannah, as well. Yes, my grandmother didn't call her Hannah, she called her Anna, because that sounded Russian.
That's why you married me.
Yes, Anna Levina. It was the name of the last name of my grandmother.
Okay, just a moment. It's really time to take this out of the oven. So while I'm taking this out, Grisha, please be aware it's really, really hot. Misha, you can carry on with the story while I'm cutting this and forgiving.
When I'm carrying on with the story, and when I grew up in 1980s, I knew that I was Jewish. I knew that there was Pesach, and during Pesach we eat knedlach and use matzah balls, and we even know about Purim that we eat chomentash, the cakes with poppy seeds. And I knew some words, and I even heard my grandfather talk to my grandmother in Yiddish, but he died when I was 6. But that was it. So I perceived it as an old, dead culture that, like old fairy tale language, Yiddish, and that was it. And when Perestroika started, the Gorbachev times. It wasn't prohibited to take this to participate in this kind of culture. My mother once again started to sing songs, but her friend and the majority of her friends and the majority of Jews first immigrated to the United States, to Germany, to Israel. And we were one of the few family of friends who didn't emigrate. We stayed in Russia. Yes, and I wasn't. It wasn't prohibited to take part in the Jewish culture, but it wasn't just the culture of our family. Some Jewish organizations like Sochnut or others, or Jewish schools appeared in St. Petersburg, but we were not part of it. And the majority of them were associated with religion. We weren't a religious family. And some of them who were not religious, like Sekhnut, had that attitude that looked like a young communist in the Soviet Union, like people with the light in their eyes. I didn't like that much because it sounded like a Bolshevik times. So that's why we didn't go to Israel, and we never enjoyed it so much. And that's why I met a lot of Americans, American Jews, who practice Judaism, maybe not very religiously, but still they respect the kashrut, the dress properly, and the things like that. But we're not that kind of. And the majority of Russians and ex-Soviet Union citizens are not religious. The majority, of course, there are some, and there are Chabad, and there are some religious organizations and synagogues and things like that. So that's why I don't know so much about it. I more know some anecdotes, like about my grandmother, who was in her 80s, and I invited a girlfriend, and her last name was a Russian last name, Cherneshova, and she wasn't nice to her. She just didn't notice her, but it was another girlfriend who was Gelfand, and it was a Jewish last name, and she gave her a present, like embroidery she made herself, like for a future kind of bride. That was ridiculous. We were laughing at it. We were in our we were teenagers, but still there were some relics of old times when Jewish and not Jewish goyim were kind of rivals in the childhood of my grandmother's, who was the last survivor of that generation. She died in 1995 when she was 85 years old.
Okay, Misha, could you please switch the cameras?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, not this, here. That look pretty weird. Yeah, you can do that, of course. So these are his favorite Grisha's cuts. So could you please pour it here? We need some frosting.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. Now, Grisha, could you please shake it? Yeah, very well. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, that's it, Grisha. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. Thank you. Must speak. They must speak. That's the word I've learned. Yeah, sure. Okay. So let's do it with the best light. Could you please take the clothes up, Misha? Come close. You want some, Grisha? You want some? Take it. Yeah, you can take it.
Our grandchildren call us Baba and Zalda in the memory of Yiddish links.
Do you like it?
Baba is like babushka, grandmother.
Yeah. Baba, exactly.
But also, Baba is a fairy tale old woman. Also, Baba.
Babushka.
Baba.
Baba?
Дед да баба.
Exactly, yeah.
И была у них курочка ряба. Baba. But Baba is a dessert.
Okay. So, okay, let me try it, and then Misha will try. So, seems like Grisha is enjoying it. Is it delicious? Tasty? Yummy. Okay. I'll need less of that. Okay, let me try. Okay. Very honey.
I think someone said Hannah is on. Yes.
Yes, Hannah is on.
Our grandparents changed their name to sound more Russian. My grandfather was Moisei, Moses, but everybody called him Misha, so that's why I'm Misha. Михаил. Давай. Держи, я поем.
Okay, take
And
it.
Anna was Hannah, Ruvim.
Mikhail, yeah.
I need some tea.
Yeah, you'll have some tea. Now you have deserved some tea. After 2 songs. Okay, so let me take you to the beautiful sunset. Actually, sorry for the mess on the balcony. So these are the Lekach cake, pie. I think it's a cake, right? It doesn't look like a pie. Or as I said, a Lebkuchen, or something very similar to gingerbread, but without actually any ginger. Yeah, I knew Misha's story is going to be way more fun even than us cooking. And I'm very, very far from being a chef, as you know. Very, very far. No. That's okay. Very well. You want some more? You want some more? Yeah, have it. So as I said, there is like one more thing, the blowing of shofar. This is okay, could you please take it? I'm just gonna show a little bit around the area where we live. The blowing of shofar is also one of the very important traditions on Rosh Hashanah. So blowing a horn, right? Blowing a horn of a ram, so a kosher animal. And well, I used to think it's just to mark, the start of the Rosh Hashanah, but it's way more than that. When you blow a shofar, the sound, it really strikes chord, like both literally and metaphorically. It has this very special frequency, and when you hear it, like you say, oh, this is definitely a shofar. This is shofar blowing, and this is. Hi there. Good to see you. And this is a signal also for you, okay, so this is time to reflect. So this is how you can just tune in the frequency, like with your own heart, with your own self. And now I hear this shofar so many times during the day, during these 3 days. And it says do you remember the tours with Rav Lieberman? They would always be half charity tours, and half of the proceeds would be transferred to the Chabad community, to construction of the synagogue. So over there, this is exactly the new synagogue. It's being constructed now. So thank you so much, everyone, for your support over the past year. So hopefully soon, in the next year, 5,784, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Hopefully this new Beit Knesset will be finished, and hopefully I will be able to take you there and show what we have done together. Misha, thank you so much for your family stories, for the 2 songs. I know it hasn't been easy for you. I know you've had a sore throat recently. Grisha, thank you so much also for your help, for the dancing. He's tired. He's done. Oh my goodness. This is going to stay on YouTube forever. Oh my goodness. Okay, so thank you so much. I'm a horrible chef. But I like still, cooking something, and I like to share, traditions. I like to share stories, and most of you here know a lot more about Judaism because you're Jewish, and a lot more because you practice Judaism. I just wanted to bring in something that that's closer to me, that what I have observed throughout this year, and some things that I discovered for myself. And also, like, as I said, I've always felt connected. I've always been interested in Judaism, and it wasn't my plan to find a Jewish husband. It wasn't my plan to move to Israel. Well, we had this as one of the ideas, but it wasn't my plan. It's not exactly how I planned my life. But we're here. I tell you some new snippets each time. Well, it's great. it's great that just you keep finding something new with me. Thank you so much for it as well. Thank you. And I'm just so grateful that you keep joining my tours, be them about Israel or St. Petersburg. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the PayPals. Thank you for buying me coffees. I'm still studying for my guide's license and still have at least half a year to go. I finished my studies in the end of November and my first exam is in the end of December. And if I pass, there will be another oral exam in March. And if I don't fail, then the next year is going to be easier for me than this one. Well, speaking in the terms of the Jewish calendar, it's all going to happen this year. Well, that sounds a bit more promising. We'll see. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your interest. Thank you for bringing in some new bits of knowledge and sharing it with me. I learn in every tour. I also learn myself. Every day I observe something new. Every day I learn something new, and there's no end to it. It's so profound. It's so deep. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. So, of course, this one more time, I'm going to show you the beautiful Lekach. Oh, it's still here. It's good. It's good. It's still here. With the ring lamp, I think. Okay. Hold on a second. Yeah, like this. This is better. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Next weekend, actually both on Saturday and Sunday, I'll be doing, oh goodness, I lost count, I think 7 virtual tours over the weekend. I'll be taking you to many new sites in Israel. I'll be taking you to natural wonders, Rosh Hashanah, the grottos on the very north of Israel on the border with Lebanon. I'll be taking you to the stalactite caves. I'll be taking you to Haifa to take you to the areas where I haven't taken you before. You want some more? That's sugar overload. Oh my goodness. Yeah, have fun. Also, there's a very interesting tour. Well, I hope it's going to be interesting, as the one who's interested in cultural anthropology and all these comparative studies. I am now designing a virtual tour about, well, let's say Haifa as a melting pot, because in Haifa you can find Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Druze religion, and even different kinds of Islam. And I will try, I'll take this. It's going to be a big challenge, but I would on that tour next weekend. All the links you can find, all the tours are scheduled there on my website, annayourguide.com. I'll be taking you to different sites in one city of Haifa where you can actually see and learn about the differences, about how this all works together to make Haifa one of the most tolerant and, well, interesting and diverse cities in Israel, and I believe in the Middle East. I like the lights here. They actually look way better than in that light. So thank you so much. This is it. It's great that we actually made it within 1 hour. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the kind words. And I'll be looking into the comments, and if I miss some very important ones, I will definitely reply on the chat here. Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you so much for dropping by, everyone. Shana Tova, Metuka. So have a happy and sweet New Year. Okay, Grisha wants to show you something. Shana Tova, everyone. Shana Tova, Grisha. Oh my goodness. He doesn't know it's going to stay on YouTube for good. He doesn't know that. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Misha, thank you so much as well. Thank you, Misha. You are my guide in the world of post-Soviet and Soviet Judaism. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.